Hey folks, welcome to another episode of the Natural Medic Adventures. I'm your host Craig, the Natural Medic, and I'm glad that you're here. Today I am in downtown Jefferson, Texas. You can see the old train bridge behind me, right above Big Cypress Bayou. And the reason I wanted to be at this water source is because I wanted to do a video on hydration. Hydration, as you know, is one of the 10 essentials. I think it's number 7 on the 10 essentials, pardon me. And anytime you're going out in the outdoors, whether you're going out day hiking, camping, multi-day backpack trip, kayaking, what have you, whatever you're going to do in the outdoors, you need to have a way to stay hydrated. Ideally, you want to bring a Nalgene bottle, a smart water bottle, if you're in that camp, a water hydration bladder, which is the Camelback that I have here. Some way to keep yourself hydrated. In addition to that, you need ways to get water just in case you run out. If you're out there longer than you anticipate, if you are, consuming more water than you anticipated because it's extra hot. I mean, it's the first day of autumn, so happy autumn, happy fall here in Texas, but it's in the 70s here right now. It did get kind of low last night, but it is in the 70s. And so it's still a concern here in Texas if you're out there in the outdoors. You're still going to have to keep yourself extra hydrated because it's still warm. So the first one we're going to talk about today, first device, is the LifeStraw. And LifeStraw, probably as you know, is basically like a jumbo water straw. It has one end where you put your mouth, just a little mouthpiece. The other end you stick in the water, just like this. And inside of this here is water that I collected from Big Cypress Bayou. Just as a note, the city of Jefferson also collects water but purifies it in the water purification plant before it sends it out to city water. But the LifeStraw is very simple to use and operate. You just uncap the one end here, it's got a filter inside of there, and you just suck it up like a straw. It tastes like water. Nothing unusual about that. The limitation on the LifeStraw though, however, even though it is very inexpensive and easy to just throw in your pack, it's hard to collect large quantities of water with a LifeStraw. However, it does remove, according to the packaging here, 99.99% of bacteria, which is E. coli, etc., and your protozoa such as Giardia, Cryptosporidium, up to 4,000 liters or 1,000 gallons. And roughly a liter and a quart, 4 of those in a gallon, so there you go. So about 1,000 gallons. And this one is made by a company called Vestergaard, which is based in Switzerland. So that's an option right there. So it's got fibers inside. It has a diagram. You probably can't see it on camera, but the diagram tells you how they do it. So it filters through everything without no chemicals. Another thing about the LifeStraw, if you have anything with a plain light straw in the water, such as chemicals like lead or other heavy metals, it's not going to filter that stuff out. So you need to have a different system for that. And with that said, we're going to move on to, I'm going to say it's probably my favorite, is the Hiker Pro. Now with the LifeStraw, of course, it's very lightweight, so you can almost put it in the ultralight territory. Your Katadyn Hiker Pro weighs in at about 11 ounces. And it's a pump filter, so let's take a look at it. I've got it in the bag here. As you can tell, with the little cross on there, Swiss made again. This tube right here attaches to the bottom. It has a pre-filter on it and another filter inside of there to keep it from getting a bunch of sediment. So I'm just going to drop this sucker in the water. You have a little pump handle here. You can pump it in a multitude of ways. I have a little bag in here to keep your outlet hose and your inlet hose separate. You don't want to cross-contaminate because this is raw, unfiltered water coming in, and this is water that's going out. So it goes out the top, and you just put that right there on the little top portion right there. You set this down. Now this actually has a connection. A lot of people want to, I won't say naysay, but they just don't like to do hydration bladders because it's hard to fill them up. Camelback makes an adapter for hydration filters. This is going to make a little bit of a mess, so I'm going to put this down on the ground. I got enough hose here. But you should be able to see this. It doesn't quite, I don't know if you can see this on camera. It does leak a little bit when I pump it in there. So I'm gonna hold this and try to pump it at the same time. Well, it's hard to do with only two hands. But here we go. I'm gonna pump it, watch. It does leak a little bit, but you're getting water out of here into your bladder, little by little. And of course, the problem you have with your Katadyn, I'll go ahead and pop this thing out for the moment. And once you do that, you just put your little adapter back on, and you got your mouthpiece again. Easy peasy. There is another way to do it. This particular Camelback, for some reason, does not do it. It has a quick connect you can attach to this end of the hose and put it on the bottom of your bladder where the hose goes in and pump it in that way. But I prefer that way because the way that I just did it, you don't have to take the water bladder out of your pack. You can actually leave it in your pack and put it in there. The problem with that would be you won't know how much you're putting in there unless you kind of look down in your pack while you're doing it. So if I remove this part though, which may be easier said than, just lay this down for a second. You can also attach this directly into a water bottle. So there's a filter top that goes onto your standard Nalgene bottles. And with that said, I mentioned Nalgene. If you have a Nalgene style bottle and you want to carry it, they are a little heavier than the smart water bottles and such. And those people that are ultralight hikers or through hikers, they may naysay those, and that's okay. You know, the saying goes, hike your own hike. So if you want to use one, go ahead. Hopefully this is going to go in. You can see it going into the deal there. Let me move this so you can see, so the camera can see a little bit easier. You're just pumping that in. Now I don't have a full probably water bottle in here to fill it all the way up, but you can kind of see the gist of it and how it works. So each pump you're pumping in a couple of ounces. I don't know if they have a figure for that. And that's pretty much how that works. So the nice thing about your Katadyn Hiker Pro, let me read some of the stuff on the back here. So many different things here, so I got to kind of read some of these items before I can, I can't remember all of the details. And if I get any of them wrong, I'll put it on the video in the show notes or down in the description or on the screen itself. Okay. Anyway, it has a 0.3 micron pleated glass fiber, removes bacteria, cysts, and sediment. It will put out approximately 1 quart per minute with 48 easy strokes. That's, that's interesting, easy strokes. But anyway, depending on your water quality, you can get up to 300 gallons of water from one cartridge. That's a lot of water. You figure the average adult male needs about a gallon a day. Adult female needs a little bit less. You can get by for several days of hiking with this. Several weeks probably, possibly even months, without having to do anything to it. It does filter out bacteria, protozoa, cryptosporidium, and there's a little chart on the back here. I'm just going to kind of go through that real quick. Removes microorganisms, check. Removes chemicals and bad taste. Removes particles, effective in dirty water, suitable for all conditions, and it works in any water condition. Whereas your purification tablets, which I'll be talking about a little bit later, they remove microorganisms and they're effective in dirty water and suitable for all conditions, but they do not remove chemicals, bad taste, or particles. Your hollow fiber filters, such as the LifeStraw, different ones that I have, the Sawyer Mini, we'll talk about in a little bit. All of those will work in dirty water and remove particles, and they remove microorganisms. They do not remove chemicals or bad taste, and do not work in all conditions. And then lastly, we're going to talk about this one. I'm not going to demonstrate this one today, but this one is a UV filter, and UV filters are good for killing microorganisms, and that's about it. But they are very portable. I'll talk about those in brief in just a second. So that's how that works, and that's why it's kind of my favorite. It's not as light as some of the other ones are, but that's okay. Not a big deal. Another one that we can talk about real quick is a different LifeStraw. This is the LifeStraw Flex, and I'm going to get a box here. This one is a little bit different. It's kind of similar to the Mini in a lot of ways, except the filter cartridge actually goes inside of this bag. This bag comes with the LifeStraw Flex, this has a little filter here. It's got a bunch of fibers in it, and it has a carbon fiber capsule which helps with the taste. And it says it removes 99.9% repeating song here of bacteria, removes protozoa, and it also removes 99.99% of microplastics. And if you don't know what microplastics are, oceans are covered in plastic from our use of plastic. A lot of trash being dumped out there, and some of the inland waterways, especially when they're closer to the coast, are getting those. And depending on where you are in the world, you may have some of those in your rivers and streams and lakes. And so you don't swallow all that stuff because it's basically just little pieces of plastic in the water. So this thing will filter it out. It also reduces chlorine, improves the taste, reduces lead, other heavy metals, and filters up to 100 liters in the carbon. The other stage, which is just like your LifeStraw, filters right at 2,000 liters or 500 gallons. So it's got a little bag here. So to use this one, you get your bag and you go through, you sweep that in the water, you put your deal in there, and you drink it. Easy peasy. Well, not too bad. Like a little bit of water came out, I didn't have it quite tight enough. But anyway, you get the point. So that one's pretty nice. You can also use that as a gravity filter and a lot of other things. But the main things I'm looking at is what it can do right there. You can also pull that little straw out and just put it directly in the water and drink right from the stream or lake or whatever. Also, let's get over to the old Sawyer. And the Sawyer, this is a Sawyer Mini. This is not a Sawyer Squeeze, but it does have a similar type setup. It's smaller than the Squeeze. It's also cheaper than the Squeeze by price. So if you're on a budget, probably the Sawyer Mini or Squeeze or the LifeStraw will probably be your best bets. But I'm gonna try to get some more water in this thing. No promises here. Okay, we got a little bit of water. So basically with this one, you can attach this to a bottle like a smart bottle. Smart bottle of water. You just put it on there like that, and you drink it. And a lot of people that are ultralight like to have these because they are easy to use like that. You just put it on there, and it filters. Simple, easy. The problem with, I don't know about the LifeStraw, I haven't heard anything about that as far as freezing. I have heard a lot of stories about these. If you're in freezing conditions in the wintertime or whatever time it is, if it gets below freezing and there's water in here, this will freeze and it could ruin your filter. But it's a cheap and easy way to do it, and it works really well. Got the Sawyer packaging right here. Let's see what it does. It does up to 100,000 gallons. So that's a bold claim. And you can do this, it says, use it as a straw, so you can take this directly and put it in the water. You can put it on a bottle, like I said. You can put it inline on your Camelback or other hydration bladder. But you have to have a special adapter for that. It does not come with that adapter. It does come with a back filler. You need to backfill these things. A lot of the reviews that I've seen on YouTube, they don't talk about backfilling these things. But you have to backfill them, or back flush them, excuse me, from time to time, so that you can, get the long use out of them, because they'll get clogged up because they are porous. Okay. Now the next thing we're going to talk about, I'm going to get up to this one, is this right here. It's like a regular Nalgene bottle, but what I did, you could carry these as a kind of a secondary or third method of doing your water. I got my bag flowing away over. Not windy until I started filming, and then it got windy. Okay. But this is from Coleman, and there's other companies that put these out. This is a drinking water purification tablet called Portable Aqua PA+. So you have tablets in the top there, which are iodine based. 2 tablets for a liter of water, which is what this Nalgene bottle holds. And then you wait 30 minutes, and then you put in the stabilizing PA+, which is supposed to stabilize it and help it taste good. So not something you would use all the time, but for a backup method, works great. And I've already tasted it as well. I really don't notice any odd tastes at all in any of these out here. Now for not our very last, I'm not going to demonstrate this one today because I couldn't get it to work right for whatever reason. This is a SteriPen. This is the American Red Cross version. And what it is an ultraviolet purifier. So what it does, the way it's supposed to work, I'll show you that at least. You're supposed to uncap it like that, You drop it in your dirty water. The light turns on. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but that's what happens. Then you have a light up here that's supposed to turn on, but I haven't seen the light. I've been testing it. Supposed to start around for 90 seconds, and it works. But I can't get this one to work. Maybe it's operator error. Maybe it's defective. I don't know. I did charge the thing yesterday, but nice thing about it, it's very portable. You get about 20 liters out of this. 8,000 total uses of the light. After that, I believe StereoPen will send you another light element to replace it. So that's kind of neat. But as far as me, I'm going to say no because I couldn't get it to work. Now for our last one today, this is a multi-part system here. I'm going to show you this hanging on the tree in just a second. It's a gravity filter system. It's a gravity filter system by a company called Water Drop. And Water Drop, I'm not sure if they have a presence anywhere else, but I just was browsing around on Amazon. I found them on Amazon. I was able to pick up one of their gravity systems. The gravity system, like I said, is over here on a tree. I couldn't find a place behind me where I was shooting to find a place to do that. But anyway, in that system, this is what comes with it. You have a water drop filter, which is kind of similar to the LifeStraw in a lot of ways. It has almost the exact same little mouthpiece little deal. It's a little bit different on the end. But you can put that directly in the water just like this. I'll show you. You can use it as a LifeStraw-esque water filtration straw device. This is kind of central to the system. They use this for all the other parts. You can also, like the Sawyer Mini or the LifeStraw, similar to that, you can unscrew that one end and put it on here and drink out of that right here, just like you would in the Mini. Okay. Now for the other way, other than the Katadyn Hiker Pro, which would rely on a lot of pumping to get a large quantity of water, that's probably going to get you the biggest amount. That's what we've seen so far. Oh, and if I didn't mention it, this purification tablets, you put two of the iodine tabs in there for 30 minutes. You wait 30 minutes after those have been in there, and you put the PA Plus in there, and it stabilizes the water. So if I didn't say that, if I did, I apologize for repeating myself. So let's take a look at the rest of the system over here. I'll take the camera with me, and we're going to go over here. So hopefully you can see me. All right. So here it is. We zoomed in way too far. Okay, there we go. The water drop system. So it's a gravity fed deal here. Underneath you have a quick release connect, and what that does is allows you to pull that hose out of there. The water opens up. Here you just scoop that dirty water into this bag. You hang it up with this strap, which is adjustable. I've got it hanging on this tree branch. And then what you're going to do in order to get it is you're going to make sure that water's coming out. You pull the end cap off. Let's scoop this up just a little bit. And you put it on the end of this filter. So the filter is coming out. There you go. You can drain it into that bag that I showed you, or you can just take a drink. But it's a 1.5 liter bag, so you can, easily get a lot for your group or for yourself. You need it for cooking purposes or what have you. So anyway, I hope that helps with some of your hydration needs. If you have any questions, feel free to put them down in the comments below. If you like this video, it probably went a little bit long, but I wanted to make sure and cover everything that we wanted to talk about today. And would love a like and get a thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos like this, make sure and subscribe. I'll put links to all these products, down in the description below. So hope you have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you out there on the trail.